Hi everyone, Gareth here. This is Daws, my little garage here in Taunton, Somerset. And today I want to be talking to you about the C180 Coupe. I put a video up on it last week. It's online for sale on the marketplace at the moment, for sale as it sits. But unfortunately, nobody wants to take it up. No one's actually shown any interest in it. A couple of bids, but nothing of interest from not serious buyers. So now I've just decided to fix it up, totally retail it, offer it with a warranty, and let's get it ready for the road. So in this video, we're going to be reconning her. Right, roll VT. Right folks, if you haven't seen the last video, this is a 2006 Mercedes C180 W203 Kompressor SE 3-door. I said coupe, manual. It's done 97,000 miles. It's a petrol car. It's a manual gearbox, 6-speed manual. It's got 140 brake horsepower. It was advertised on Marketplace, on Gumtree, at the price I paid for it as it came into the trade. Because I didn't want to recondition it, to offer it up for sale at the time. But it's been online 10 days now. No one's shown any interest. Well, there has been some crazy little bits, people really do believe they can buy things for nothing, and I'm willing to take a loss, but I've got a family to feed. So, it is now time to recondition this car. We've got some areas of concern we need to have a look at. We've got a alternator warning light that's on. Quite a common, I've discovered, I didn't realise at the time, it's quite, if you go online, the loads of these W203s, right, they report this similar issue. So, hopefully, I'm expecting that to be quite a sensibly easy fix. Shame on you, because I had a great car. And I've noticed also something to have a look at is the rear disc and pads. They're pitted and scored. Let me show you those issues now. Alternator warning light, what does it show us? What does it show us? So we pop the key in, let's put it on, let's turn the ignition on. As it loads up, and we're looking for a warning coming up here. It's not going to do it now, is it? Lemon typical, 30 miles. Oh, there she is. Yep, there you go. Battery alternator, visit workshop, please help, etc. But the other thing about this is it is actually charging. It's never not started. The alternator seems to be doing the correct job. So somewhere down here is down there somewhere. If we have a look, can't really see it at the moment. But anyway, somewhere down there in the bay of in the depths of the engine bay, and we might be able to go and have a look from under here. Is the alternator. So we'll get into that. Possible alternator, possible voltage regulator, but I'll put a tester on and see what we're going on there. And then we've got the rear discs and pads. These are the rear discs on this side, especially the driver's side. It's noticeable. You can see that there's a wee bit of scorning. There you go, that's a bit better in focus. So then you don't worry about concern about the corrosion on the top because the car's been sat. But if we have a look down here, I don't know if you can see. If I zoom in, can I zoom in? If I zoom in there, can you see the clean bit of metal? That would indicate a brake pad accessory kit on the caliper, which means I suspect those brake pads have been replaced, but just not the discs. So yeah, the rear pads have probably been replaced, but not the discs. So probably wasn't needed at the time. Budgets, etc. accordingly. So what we're going to do is we're going to check this alternator out, and we're going to check the battery out, and we're going to do the rear disc and pads. Whilst we're doing that process, if I come round, whilst we're doing that process, we're going to go through the car and make sure everything's fit for purpose and ready to go for a new keeper. Let's go. We got a message. What do we got? So this car, the Mercedes, has been up for what, 10 days, something like that, 7 days, 8 days, 10 days, and basically what I paid for it. Didn't have any leads. People kept asking difficult moments, difficult prices. And then, lo and behold, I started working and somebody has messaged, is this available? £1,000. Thank you very much for the offer, Padster. Firstly, I had it up for £1,250, so put in £1,000 bid in. Everybody's looking for a deal. I get it, right? But here's the thing: if I, it is up at what it owes me, Padster. So I won't be selling it for £1,100. And now I've just ordered £300 worth of parts for it. It now owes me £1,550. So, which is not entirely his fault because I put it up at £1,250. But thank you for the offer. But no, I won't be selling her. No, thank you, sir. No, thank you. Thank you for your inquiry. Inside the binnacle area, if I turn this on, turn the ignition on, there inside your binnacle or your speedos, whichever way you want to word it, there is a menu subsection for reading your battery, and from that, when the engine's turned on, you can also read what the output is for the alternator. So what we need to do is, while the miles are on here, what we need to do is on the left hand side on your trip computer, we need to click 1, 2, 3, and then we've got your battery voltage. Look at that, 13.2, 13.1. So let's turn the car on, drops to 11, perfect, up to 14.4. We rev it. Excellent, excellent, excellent. But now if we, and we've got the warning light up here, which is what we're meant to see. And we've got all these sub menus in here as well. We're not going to play with these, but they are there. Dyno test for your ESP, your VIN number, so you can cross-reference this if you ever want to check things on cars. But nonetheless, we got 14.4 from the voltage from the output from the alternator, so that's doing its job. So the alternator is doing its job. Also taking the liberty of running a diagnostic report on the Mercedes. This runs a report on your internal ECU to see any trouble, fault codes, etc. that's in the car. And if we go down here, we've got DTC, alternator serial interface, no connection to control module. Interesting. Current and stored. ESP, terminal 30 under voltage, kind of makes sense given what the issue is. Overhead control panel. Supply voltage. Component rear interior lamp has short circuit. Okay, other than that, looking down, everything. Oh, we got another door control module. Left external mirror turn signal lamp. Because there's a cracked mirror over there. So, open circuit. So there might be some moisture in there. So we need to have a look at that as well. But other than that, she's fabulous. Okay, come out of that. It's popped up as a CDI. That would just be... I need to... What's it? So that's all there. That's great. And what we can do is go report. I can share. And then we can email this to myself, which is epic. So I've got that to refer to at a later date. And then we go here, share, send to, yep, there you go, admin at car doors, send. Excellent. We have the alternator, which is just down here. And we have a look, we've got two connections. Oh, I'm trying to hold this steady. One here, is it going to zoom in? No. Focus, there you go, right. So we've got two connections, one here and one here. That's your live one and that's your electronic one. So let's just make sure they're all, should we say, connected properly. Let's have a feel. Where's my little demonstration? This wire here runs up here. So we need to check that out because it felt very warm. So we might have a broken wire all being well, and then we can rectify that. But the actual live one seems to be on properly and doing its job, which is good news. And we know it is because it's charging. So next job is check that wire. Right, so I've unplugged the alternator and the connection here to see if there's a loose connection. And we're going to test whether or not there's a short in the wire, but everything looks okay. There doesn't seem to be any damage. And I followed it all the way around as well. From underneath, you can see down here, that wire there. It all seems to be okay. I'll double check on some points here with the alternator, with a multimeter. But that looks all good. So I'm going to hit it with some electrical cleaner. Electrical cleaner. Be careful. Okay, give that a bit of clean. Get a little bit of a brush and clean it out. And then I'll plug it back in. So, and the points look okay down there. The points look okay on that connection here. So then, if that's not going to work, ultimately the alternator will need to come out. The connection points on the alternator have now been cleaned with electrical connector cleaner. So let's see if this has made any bit of a difference. I'm expecting no. I'm expecting the answer to be no. Nah, no. Right, okay. Looks like we're into an alternator. That these alternators here are smart alternators, which means that every time this engine here decides it needs less load, pull more electricity, more or less electricity, the alternator will vary its pull, and it's not getting that reading. So we've got short, we check with the multimeter. We've got the electrical connection point, we check. We've got if there's any bent terminal or bent receiver on that electrical point, we've checked. And if that's all not functioning, we take the alternator off and replace the alternator. I've also gone to the effort to come around here of checking the fuses as well. So that's where we're at. So time to get this alternator off.
My father told me I was timid child. At school they said I had no style. I was dreaming to be those cool kids, but I come to flocked on my whole teenage life. Now I've been many places all these years. I used to cry overnight, but now I'm not gonna fit. I is the star to show me where I go, just like I knew you were. Flurry sounds and sounds and smiles. Oh, we're coming home tonight. You never know how to express your feeling, don't you? Oh, we're coming home tonight. My father told me I was born to run. Long way from home, he never doubt his son. Don't call me back until your dreams come true, but I pray for you, be always by your side.
I've been fiddling for a little bit, and I'm trying to get this out of the gap here. So this might be a little bit unflattering, but I'm trying to not damage. Oh, hang on. Yay! Boo! Yes! Hooah! But I'm going to take everything off around that, because getting it back in the way I got it out will never work. But this bad boy, new alternator side. Parts arrived. Let's have a look, shall we? Oh, she's new. We love new. New parts are always fun. We've got the old one here. Just careful with that so it doesn't damage my wheels. And what we got? So, nice new. Look at this. Yummy. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at this. Oh, she's a work of art. She's a beauty. Oh, lovely and smooth. It's got nowhere near the noises in the bearing in this one, so no, nothing. So even though they're only minor, pop that down there, grab the old one, Yeah, on the little clutch that's inside. Little bit of play. That might be enough to send that light on. So I'm positive, very positive. Let's get this bad boy online. Online, installed. Done the hard work, let's put it all back together. But before I do that, I forgot to order up the service kits. Let's get that on. Let's get that ordered.
My father told me I was timid child. At school they said I had no style. I was dreaming to be those cookies, but I come to flocked on my whole teenage life. Now I've been many places, all these years I used to cry overnight, but now I'm not gonna fit. I is the star to show me where I go, just like a new sounds and sounds and smiles. Oh, we're coming home tonight. You never know how to express your feeling, don't you? Oh, we're coming home tonight. My father told me I was born to run. Long way from home, he never doubted.
So folks, now the alternator is installed on the car, on the Mercedes, which is epic. Thought it would be a great idea to get the oil drained on the engine, ready for the service. Well, part of the service at least. So I'm just removing the second part of the tray, the under tray. Where's the, oh, there she goes, boom, boom, boom. So now this should give us great access to do, remove the sub plug and do an oil drain. An oil change, let's crack on. Right.
My father told me I was timid child. At school they said I had no style. I was dreaming to be those cookies, but I come to flocked on my whole teenage life. Now I've been many places, all these years I used to cry overnight, but now I'm not gonna fit. I is the star to show me where I go, just like a new sounds and sounds and smiles. Oh, we're coming home tonight. You never know how to express your feeling, don't you? Oh,
Nearly forgot to change the oil filter, which is just here. How cool is that? Never knew it did that. There's a little button. This is apparently the service bit. What light? I've now got lights. I hope that holds. Braided hoses. That's it. There she goes. in there. That was convenient. The battery died on the camera, so I was cracking on. But what we've got the calipers on, brake pads are on, brake pads are in, brake disc is on. Then put the caliper, tighten the caliper back up, put the caliper bolts, and on to the next side. That's as easy as it is, like literally 1, 2, 3, 4. Remove this pin if you can see it. I don't know if the light's there for you. Remove this pin. Load and the retaining spring, take the pads out, pop the pads back in, new ones, and locate it again, pop it on, slider on, locator at the back, easy peasy, straightforward. Almost child's play. I might get my 10-year-old daughter to do this one day. It is that straightforward. So, crack on! I'm going to get on with the other side once I've done this up, and I think it would be good then to tie up. I have noticed the heat shield at the back needs tightening on because it's become loose. That's the exhaust heat shield. Once that's completed, I'm going to go and put road test this evening. Fun! So much fun! Onward! 98. No income tax, no VAT, no money back, no guarantee. Right folks, just always remember to talk your wheels nuts. Sorry, child. Yeah, talk your nuts, guys. Talk your nuts. Talk your nuts. In this instance, they're what? 110 Newton meters. Fabulous. These, this is 10 tools. 10 tools. Ratchet. And so yeah, 10 tools. Epic. I've had this for about. I've had this, and there's a set in there of sockets to go with it. I've had this for about what, 6, 7 years. Never let me down. Mega. Absolutely great bit of kit. Doesn't have a 3-year warranty, but it is absolutely fabulous.
Fire went out, lights went down. When you feel lost in your shadow, don't feel alone, don't scream so loud. We are living in this cruel world. Broken but strong, gotta move on. You're not a bakery of life. Equip my soul, find the real gold. I'll fulfill what I started.
news, guys. The guys and girls. So what have we done? We've let's just do a quick review. We've done the alternator. That's been replaced, and now the alternator warning light has been removed. Watch this lady. Oh my gosh. Go on then, my dear. Somebody just nearly pulled out in front of me and nearly actually, without looking up the road, of course. So yeah, let's just do a quick review. So we've done the alternator. So the alternator light is no longer actually visible. There's no warning light on the dashboard anymore, which is great news. That's done its job. It was a bit tricky, wasn't it? Well, it wasn't really, but a bit fiddly to access. So we've done that. We've done a service on the vehicle, and the good news is we've replaced the rear disc and pads on the Mercedes C180 Coupe. So now, all being well, she stops. I'm just about to find out. Let's hope so. No, she does stop, because I've already done a road test before I shot this part of the video. We've also serviced the car. We've also valeted the car. So a lot of man hours have gone in, and I'm the best part of what? Before labour, if you build myself, 600 odd pounds worse off. But let's not concern ourselves about that, because now this car is in a really good, it's still not perfect. It's still not perfect, but it's a 2006 Mercedes C180 Coupe that's done under 100,000 miles. She's going to be on the internet for £2,500. I've taken down the buy it advert previously to getting the work done. So now I'm going to run up here, reshoot a video, redo some shots as the car currently sits. So thanks for watching. Been a pleasure. Please like, subscribe, leave comments, be nice. We've all got feelings. And do whatever else you see fit. And I will see you next time. So yeah, if I don't see you before, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.